Happy Way Offsides night in America. We got some juicy stuff to talk about tonight. Jeff, Bill, welcome.
Do we ever?
in. We got Bill. Everybody give a big shut up, Bill, in the chat. Let them hear it loud and clear. We all know Bill's internet is as old as he is, so you can expect plenty of technical difficulties, but nonetheless, Bill is dedicated and he is here.
Welcome back, Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
I'll be here if my face isn't on the screen. I'll be here on the ears. I just want people to understand the internet I'm dealing with. You remember them old timey cars that cranked in the radiator?
Yeah, man. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Bill running a 28K
modem. Crank it every 20 minutes.
Bill download speed about 28K.
Look at it. Take some 30 seconds to lean back.
T4 out back.
That's right.
How you doing, chat? Happy Thursday.
It's coming.
Chad, I hope you're having a fantastic week. I am. I'm having a really good week. I know that we got to talk about Alabama's loss to Oklahoma. We're going to get there. We're going to talk some Alabama basketball. We're definitely going to talk about this college football playoff ranking. We're going to talk about SEC championship games, and there are some rumors floating around that are gaining a little bit of steam.
You can take this to the bank. Sark is leaving Texas. He's declared he's not going anywhere.
He gone.
So the real question is, which job is he taking? NFL or another college?
Oh, he's going to the league, brother. He's going to the league.
That's a good freeze frame shot there, Bill. Sipping on a brown liquor. You should all be doing that in the chat. What Bill's doing right now in the freeze shot.
Yeah.
Who's going to
You should all be sipping on liquor like that.
It's going to be a whole thing tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill, you're about 30 seconds delayed, sir.
I appreciate y'all too.
Let's see. Lance is in here from Michael's parking lot. Lance, go get
That's
those
that time of the year.
My guy.
Hobby
Yes,
Lobby
sir.
is your
All
next
roads lead to Jordan Hare Stadium. We'll talk about that in just a few. Yes, Bama boy, we're going to talk about that tonight too. I know there are some rumors going around that folks want to get to.
No, it's not.
Roll damn Tide, Miss
Kayla. Roll
Tide. Deboo. Who else we got in here? Kyle's in here. Roll Tide.
Kyle in here. What's up, Kyle?
Of course, the infamous, the man, the myth, the legend, Jay Bake is here moderating, doing his dang thing. I'm happy to see everybody tonight. Thank you for your support. You guys, we do this every week. You guys, you probably, and I'm not trying to toot our horn, but there's a lot of work that goes into making these videos happen, these lives happen. You guys are super supportive, really supportive. I especially love when somebody goes sideways at me on X and a bunch of folks just, I don't even have to say anything because folks just absolutely get after them all the way from Ohio. How's the weather up there? Is it cooled off? You guys got any snow yet up there, Robert? Roll Tide Jay Walker. Oh, we got to give him the member applause, Jeff. Can you give him the member applause?
Oh yeah, there is member applause.
That's Ohio.
There we go. What's up, JJ? Bo Linder, another member applause, Jeff. Another member applause.
Oh, the members are in the house.
Members are popping off tonight. I know you guys want to talk about the rumors. I know the thumbnail has the rumor stuff, and we're going to get there, but we thought it would be best to talk about college football playoff first. So that is where we're going to start. So be sure you've liked, subscribed, shared, all the daggum things. Let's jump. How do you become a member? I got you. I will send you a link, Kayla, and you can give us your money because it helps keep the show free for everybody else. So thank you for your service. Everybody tell Kayla thank you for her service.
Thank you, Kayla, for your service.
She's probably like, what?
You're welcome for her service.
Like, what are you talking about?
Because her becoming a member keeps the show free for everybody else.
That's right.
Oh, we got another member applause. Pop it in there, Jeff. Larry, how you doing?
We got another one. Larry in the house. Larry.
Got some snow up there. It was 85 degrees down here in Florida today. Just
you should have a membership.
It was 82. It was 82 in the dump today.
Yeah, it was like 40 this morning and then 80 by 2 o'clock.
Okay. Is it Caven or Cavan? But Roll Tide from you're down there. Oh, Chris's way.
I'm gonna go Caven.
Oh man, that's nice. That sounds so good, doesn't it? Hey, Robert, if you don't mind me asking, where are you at in Ohio? I got family in Medina, so just asking. But all right, let's talk this college football ranking. Jeff, should we bring that graphic up? I worked real hard on it.
Which one? The brackets?
Yeah, let's bring the bracket up where it stands as of Tuesday night. There it is. So this is your current college football playoff picture. Obviously, Alabama drops. Did not expect them to drop 6 spots after losing to a top 10 team by 2 at home in a game where they turned the ball over 3 times. Obviously, and we're gonna preview or review that game here in a little bit, but that game was extremely winnable for Alabama. Statistically speaking, kind of knew, Jeff, we've talked about this several times, that Bama was probably going to drop another one at some point. We inferred
10-2.
Yeah, we felt like it was probably going to be Oklahoma. But they dropped Alabama down to 10. And a lot of people felt like this made this set a precedent. This set a tone, specifically, because they put Notre Dame in at 9. Now, Bill, this is your time to shine because you are old. You absolutely loathe Notre Dame. So, sir, why did they put Notre Dame at 9?
The reason they put Notre Dame at 9 is because the unwritten rule of the CFP committee, number 1, is thou shalt always protect the Golden Dome. And no matter what, that is their rule. And they're not going to tell Heather Dinich that's the rule because she'll just go back and report it. She'll repeat it. She's not a reporter. She's a repeater.
She's a repeater.
And yeah, she whatever they come out and say, Heather, go say this. She says it. It's the saddest excuse for journalism. Anyway, so they put Notre Dame ahead of Miami, who beat Notre Dame for no common sense reason other than they love the golden helmet and they're going to protect the golden helmet no matter what. And they want to, for some reason, they're anti-Miami and they want to have Miami further out on the bubble than anybody. So I keep praying for an earthquake to swallow the golden field, and just that it's just absolutely asinine. You could have gone to the Greyhound bus stop in Medina, Ohio, and the first 12 people that walked off the bus could have picked a better chart than this. They probably would have done more research, and they probably would have been able to defend their answers better than, well, Alabama hadn't been running the ball good lately. Well, thanks, Hank Hill. And, Hunter Yurachek needs to worry about building a successful program before he analyzes other programs.
Yeah.
So that SOB doesn't know what successful football looks like. I mean,
I agree with you.
Let's just be honest.
I agree with you.
And his answers were stupid. They weren't. This is supposed to be an expert in the
answers.
Field.
Yeah.
His answers were like, "Is this real?"
Yeah. And Alabama didn't have a good run game. We looked at head to head, and they lost to Oklahoma. About Miami and Notre Dame, well, they'll have a chance to see what they do in the future. It's just asinine stupidity, and that man should never be in front of a microphone ever again. Alabama dropping to 10 didn't bother me.
No,
but a two point loss shouldn't have dropped you 6 points. I'm okay with the drop to 10 because you got 2 losses.
I'm okay with being at 10 with 2 losses. I'm not okay with being behind Notre Dame. And then all we want is some consistency. I'm not okay with the fact that the committee came out in the summer and said that strength of
my damn
schedule.
Cat just pulled the green screen down.
That's fine. But that strength of schedule and strength of record was going to be the heaviest weight in this whole thing. And it's not. It doesn't matter who you beat.
Right.
The precedent.
And they're ignoring
matters who you lose to.
Yeah, they said a year ago. They said a year ago. Yes. They said strength of schedule is we're going to go by that from now on. That was last year when SMU got in. And what do they say? Well, they've got some good losses. It's absolutely It's buffoonery. It's absolute buffoonery. And, give me the computers, the BCS computers, and then 10 people that actually understand the sport of football. Get Nick Saban and some coaches in there. Get
rid of the people. Get rid of the people factor.
Say it louder for everybody in the back, Jeff.
Get rid of the people factor. You can't. Dude,
there's too much bias.
No matter what group you get, humans are going to human. So get rid of the human factor, and you'll lose the dumbassery of it, and then you won't have to have these morons stand in front of a microphone and bloviate for 10 minutes and say something so asinine you can't even believe it's real.
Like, I will say this.
This is the worst system of all time anywhere at any level for anything. I cannot believe this is real. I cannot believe this is a real thing.
Us old people can remember when it was only the AP and the UPI poll, and you had that was it. And you've got many times Notre Dame got more votes than Alabama, just because of the golden helmet. That's it. And NBC TV. And then what was the complaint during the poll era? It's too biased because
nobody was alive back then except you, so you'll have to tell us.
Bill, right. But it was
Bill's like, what was it like back in the 40s? I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. The complaint, the complaint back during the poll era was it's too biased because there's more voters from the Midwest and the Northeast and California than any other region, and they all kind of vote in lockstep. And so that they were, Miami got screwed a couple of times, but Alabama got screwed, Auburn got screwed. Anyway, so then we said, if computers could fix it, so we get the BCS. And everybody's happy with the BCS except for that one year that Auburn was undefeated and they couldn't play in the championship game. And then
should have played a tougher schedule. That's why strength of schedule was factored into that algorithm.
It was, and they were preseason ranked way too low. And Oklahoma and USC were ranked top 5 the whole season from day one. And so then, all right, we get the computers, and then it's like, well, we're only doing 2 games. We need to go 4 games, and we're going to ditch the computers and go to a committee because the computers, we can't trust those computers. We need people that watch football. We need the eye test. So then we get this stupid asinine committee that just gets worse every year. We got 4 games. Let's go to 12. Hey, I know what'll fix it. 24 games.
There are too many people who know football and who to have a committee made up of what it is right now. Dude, let me put something in perspective right here. Yurachek was asked about Miami and Notre Dame, justifying putting Notre Dame above Miami. And he's pretty much, we haven't really looked at them and compared them comparatively, but it's getting close to having to do that. And we're going to have to look at their losses. Completely neglected to mention that one of Notre Dame's losses is to who? Miami. Like, dude, Miami's not going to make the playoff, but if I'm a Miami fan and I got to hear that, dude, I'm furious. Luckily, Alabama still has a clear path, but they might have to win out.
Alabama's going to have to go 3-0 to make the playoffs, in my opinion.
And Miami's got to go 3-0.
I know Jacob thinks that no matter what, if we get to the SEC championship game we're in, regardless of the outcome, I do not believe that at all.
I think
if we lose that game, we're out.
I've been barking up that tree for a long time, and people get rid of the SEC championship game, and people are like, "Oh man, why don't you want to play?" This is exactly the scenario that I'm talking about. This
is what Gene Stallings talked about in '91.
Yes, it bit us in '94.
I said before the Oklahoma game, you better believe that if Alabama loses to Oklahoma and then loses an SEC championship, they're going to try to keep them out. They don't want 5 SEC teams in the playoff.
No.
So they're so bad, they're going to put a group of 5 team that shouldn't be in there period. That pisses me off too. I don't understand why Group of 5 gets an automatic bid. Like it's a participation.
Automatic bids
thing.
are useless.
It makes absolutely no sense. You're taking an opportunity away from somebody who has a realistic shot at winning the whole thing. It's dumb. I
disagree, JJ. If we lose the SEC championship game for our third loss, we are not getting in.
Unless it's a close.
No 3-loss team should even be in the playoffs. If you lose 3 games, you should be out immediately.
12th.
I mean, you should be removed from consideration if you have 3 losses.
We'd be 12th, and we'd be behind Tulane. Yeah,
but we've got to. That's why I say we've got to.
Let's say Miami's only got 2 losses, and we've got 3.
If we have 3 losses, we're not getting in. They just dropped us 6 spots,
and we're going to go lose
at home by 2 to a top 10 team. So if we lose,
and then they justify it by saying, "Well, Alabama hasn't run the ball well," and they brought up South Carolina having to come back late to beat South Carolina. You know who else had to do that? Texas A&M. You know who didn't run the ball but for 64 yards in that game? Texas A&M, and they did it at home. We did it in Columbia. Dude, it is.
You know who has if running the ball is a metric for being in the top 12, Navy should be in the top 12 because they're the best running team in the country. And clearly Navy's not going to be there. And the other top running team in the program is like, it's Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State in Jacksonville, Alabama is a top 5 rushing team. So should they be in the top 12? Because clearly that's a metric. Well, Hunter Yurachek opened his mouth, put both feet into the kneecap, and just looked like a fool.
Well, that's because he didn't have a legitimate answer. He couldn't justify it. J-Bake is talking about what Pate and Bussin' with the Boys, they discuss kind of how they're doing it, and they do it in pods of 3 or 4 teams.
Like basketball.
So they're not actually – they're not comparing across the top 12. They're doing it in these little pods, these little cohorts.
Who should be top 3? Who should be 4 through 6?
But they're comparing within that cohort. So they'll pick, we know these teams are 1 through 4, and we compare those. We know these teams we want to be 5 through 9, so we compare those. Like they're
clearly not looking
compared with 1 through 4.
They're clearly not looking at wins and losses and strength of schedule because they said they would, and that's not true. Alabama of the top 12 has the toughest schedule.
Yep.
And Ohio State and Miami have the weakest. And now Ohio State's taking care of business. You don't hear them complaining because they keep winning.
Indiana's got a pretty weak schedule too.
Now, I'm willing to bet, Tobias, that game does not happen. Willing to bet it doesn't happen. If Alabama
cancel that game.
Yeah, if Alabama doesn't pull the rug,
Ohio State count.
There's no reason to. There's absolutely no reason to.
Agreed.
Alabama should have never been in Tallahassee this year. It's not going to happen.
Should have opened with Arkansas State and Buzzcut Butch.
I think you should always open with scrub teams so you can kind of get your feet under you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if we'd have started the season with La Mo and
then play Wisconsin.
That other game was Wisconsin, whatever, and then hit Florida State in week 4, that game would have gone much different.
But I think if it's going to prove that strength of schedule is not a factor, they've said it.
They should do that anyway, Jay.
Bill's been saying this
for years. The Big Ten should just go do that anyway.
Oh,
you know who'd be a great commissioner? Happen. Bill, who would be the commissioner? Because Bill said this.
There's only one answer for this.
Yep.
Pat McAfee.
If he's not the commissioner, he's picking the commissioner, and that is Nicholas Lou Saban.
Yeah. So
I'd even vote for Pate.
But I've said this for a couple of years, and Saban is on this presidential sports commission. It's to get rid of chicks with Ricks, and but it's also
very elegantly put.
It's also looking at the money, the NIL, and all that stuff, and how does that all go around? Josh Pate would be great, and Nick would probably pick him. But I said 3 years ago, listen to what Nick's saying. We don't have a clear rule book. We don't have clear guidance, and the NCAA never gives us instructions on anything. He said, and we need a commissioner and good guidance and structure. He said, NFL's got it. Yeah. And I said, y'all, this is the road we're on. If he's not the commissioner, he's picking the commissioner.
Agreed. Now, for the sake of cohesive here, Jeff, I'm going to skip down to another topic, because if Alabama goes and plays Texas A&M, let's just use A&M, right? They beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl. They go and play Texas A&M, and they lose that game by 10 or more. And they don't run the ball for 300 yards, and they don't make the college football playoff. Why would Greg Sankey want the SEC playing the SEC championship game moving forward? They're outside of the financial gain of having that game, there is zero reason to play it in terms of the big picture, especially when the conference is going to a 9-game conference schedule, and it's just going to continue to cannibalize itself even more. It makes it so that is the precedent that's going to be set if they leave Alabama out. And a lot of people are like, they're not, for that reason, they're not going to do it. They don't want 5 SEC teams in here. Now, some people are of the thought process that they put Notre Dame where they did to kind of protect from having to put Miami in there, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not buying it, man. I don't trust this committee, dude. I don't trust them.
Well, I mean, like, the top 2 teams in the bracket are going to play each other in a week. So, already the top 2 spots are useless. Georgia didn't have to play in this SEC championship game, so they can sit fine at 4. Texas A&M may win or lose, so they'll move. So that whole bracket is worthless because it's all going to look different in a week. Like, that's why I don't get putting brackets out 3 weeks ago, and it's like, man, there are like 6 games left, and Twitter lost their mind over the first rankings. I was like, there's after like 4 games.
Yeah.
Yes, bingo.
Dude, best win in the country still to this day.
Preach, Tobias.
Nobody's got a better win. Nobody's got a more impressive.
Nobody cares.
Games, and all they care about is that Alabama lost to FSU in week 1 and can't run the football.
I mean, this is so true. Nobody cares Alabama beat Georgia in Athens. Now, you tell me right now what team out there nobody going in the playoffs wants to play right now? Georgia.
Nope.
They were kicking they were kicking their dirt on their grave earlier in the year because they didn't look great, and then they lost to us and they were burying them. But you tell me the team playing the best right now going to the playoffs. It ain't Texas A&M. It's a team in Athens.
Yeah.
Hey, if Tech gets them at the end of the year here in 2 weeks, if Tech beats Georgia, is there any way Tech sneaks into the playoff?
What would their record be?
They can win their conference.
Yeah.
Herb.
Well, I mean, that Georgia game, yeah.
They've only lost 1 game, right?
I think.
And they'd have if they win the ACC, they're in. I'll pull up Tech's record.
They should have only lost 1 game.
Where's the lost?
Yeah.
That one.
Where's the ACC representation right now outside of Miami being at 11? So are they just assuming Miami's going to win the ACC, or is that interchangeable for Georgia Tech, assuming Georgia Tech does?
Tech's 9-1, and they are 16th.
I agree, Jay Bake. Like, best road win in a decade, and it's cost us because we lost in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing no team has ever lost in week 1 of a new season with new players and new quarterback and anything like that. Good thing that's never happened to anybody.
Well, there's zero incentive for Alabama to go on the road to Tallahassee or Columbus.
Let me tell you something else. When that game was over, when that game was over, the same people that are punishing us for it were telling us how wonderful Florida State was after they beat us. They couldn't stop singing the praises of Norvell and Gus Malzahn and now blah blah blah. And now they're saying fast forward 10 weeks and now we're being punished for it. And I was like, but then they say that so-and-so gets credit for beating a team when they were ranked at the time they played them.
Yeah. And
what to
Lance's point, to Lance, it's not a bad point.
Lance.
If Alabama would have taken care of their business, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Bingo.
But
that's a bingo.
We have to understand that we're not talking about a team in the Big Ten. We're not talking about the ACC, the Big 12. The SEC is a gauntlet this year. And I told you guys after the first couple of conference games, like, this is going to be a meat grinder. Nobody's getting out of this thing unscathed. and
except A&M, who didn't have to play any of the good teams in the league this year.
Yeah, and Ole Miss has one loss, but pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Texas might get A&M though.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not buying that right now.
Not
personally.
hoping. I picked Texas to beat Georgia last weekend, and 35-10 later.
Yeah, I did not saw that coming. Would have been nice to watch that game with a Bama win in my pocket.
Not that I watched the game. I was too ticked off.
Yeah. So I know I ended up doing the post game by myself. Thanks, guys. I got 10 minutes in. I was like, I don't know what else to say.
I was trying to pack up stuff at the camp where we were and load my truck up to call. And it's like I got in the truck and you were done already. And I was like, God dang, man. Cousin, wait a second. 3, 2, 1, the clock hit 0. Cotton was off.
I had worse cell signal out where I was in the
hub. I had planned on calling from my car when I got everything packed up and loaded, but you'd already finished.
Sure.
I said, man,
that's a possibility. Ole Miss could lose the Egg Bowl. I doubt it, but it's in.
Will Lane be coaching that game?
It's in.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes, he will be. Look, dude, I can't. LSU fans and Florida fans are tripping me out online with this because every day they're on the message boards. There's somebody that's like, "Oh, wait till 4:00. There's a bombshell coming at
And one guy's like, "The plane is in Baton Rouge with Kiffin's family,"
and then it lands in New Orleans.
Yeah. The funniest thing is on the
he's going
SEC
to a
teleconference. The SEC teleconference the other day, somebody point blank asked Lane, what did you learn from your family visits to Gainesville and Baton Rouge over the weekend? And then somebody said, have you talked to the governor of Louisiana yet? And he just walked off. But the governor of Louisiana said in a event this week that he had a 2-hour conversation with Lane Kiffin the other day. So Lane might be going to Corn Dog.
I can't believe he would leave Ole Miss.
I'm not.
You said something this week, Jeff, that was so good. If he goes to Florida or LSU, that's the brand. If he stays at Ole Miss, he's the brand.
Well, he can win at Ole Miss.
He can win at Ole Miss, and they can pay him anything. And he said, "I'm not deciding on anything about money." I guess,
which means there's only one factor: money.
Yeah, well, it was
recruiting.
Matt Moscona said that LSU is prepared to go up to $16 million, and I just said, "Damn, Jimmy Sexton's thinking, give me every bit of it."
For a coach that's
Jimmy's driving the number up.
Yeah, Jimmy's. I don't. He's not. I think Jimmy's behind the DeBoer Penn State rumor.
I'm still in that Lance, and I'm tweeting it. That's good. JJ, I think that's still. If I had to put money on it, I think he's going to wind up in Florida. So, but
his wife his wife went to school there. His father-in-law played quarterback there, and when he was younger, he said Steve Spurrier was his hero.
Well, he loves Florida too. I mean,
and Florida's a great place to live.
He's a big fisherman.
Is it though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
Is Gainesville a great place to live?
I don't know much about Gainesville. I know
where
you
can drive an hour. You can drive an hour from Gainesville and be on the water.
Like an hour and a half.
I'm gonna need more than that to live in Gainesville.
Yeah. Anyway, so
better in Arkansas.
Thank you, Tobias. Like, I don't get $16 million from Lane Kiffin.
Exactly.
The guy's over everything. What am I missing here?
So you know what the projections are if Lane goes to LSU?
No.
Or Florida. That hold on. Pete Golding becomes the head coach at Ole Miss.
I saw that.
No.
I saw that. Until
they call Kane Womack. But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
The rumor for him is Oklahoma State and or Arkansas.
We'll talk about that here in just a minute. You see that tab at the bottom, Bill, that says rumors and news? We're going to talk about it in a minute. All right, Bama OU. We got to be quick here. We've already done a couple breakdown videos. My take in this game is obviously Alabama.
Judge. I think it's Joe Judge.
I think Dredd.
Alabama. I'm trying to change the segment, fellas. Jeez. I think Alabama uncharacteristically turned the ball over, spotted OU some points. Oklahoma's defense is legit. They caused Ty Simpson some serious issues. However, I think other than turning the ball over, Alabama still did enough to win that football game.
Oh yeah.
I think that if that game is played again, Alabama's favored. Doesn't matter if it's at Oklahoma in Tuscaloosa on a neutral field.
Yeah.
And Alabama doesn't turn the ball over 3 times and probably wins. The offensive line, who I went kind of hard at, but upon second watch, they actually played pretty well in that game.
Look,
a lot of the pressure came from running backs missing pass protection assignments.
Yeah, and 56 can't block anyone and winds up in the backfield more than he does anything else.
Yeah, well,
for some reason, he was in the game on the critical drives. Why are the best players not playing? That is killing. This Oklahoma's defense. Say whichever you will, they didn't cause a problem for us. Alabama caused the problems. Okay, Ty's 5 games in a row with a strip fumble. Okay, so he's got to snap out of this. His regression is off the charts to me. Missing easy throws. That throw to Jeremy, who's standing there wide open, Ty throws it 20 feet over his head. Yeah, there's no excuse for that.
There were a couple of
great defense didn't make him throw it 20 feet over his head. He was all alone. He just chucked it.
Yeah, he's been struggling with accuracy for 4 games now.
You want me to tell you why?
Pressure.
Why he's struggling with that?
Because game film is out and the book is out.
Well, and Alabama's one-dimensional. And the entire flow is going through Ty Simpson.
Yeah,
everything. And I'm the physical pressure is there all the time because Alabama's played a crap ton. They played a ridiculous slate of pass rushers in the past 7 games. And then mentally, the pressure is there because if Ty Simpson doesn't do anything, the offense doesn't go. So everybody crapping all over Ty Simpson. I definitely would recommend pumping the brakes a little bit.
It was
that dude has won Alabama some football
turnovers
games.
and missed throws down the stretch in the back half of the season is. I mean, I
know.
So
I know what you're getting.
Oklahoma didn't do anything Saturday that had me going. These guys are just beasts. I mean,
here's what Oklahoma did, and it's why we had the turnovers. Well, 2 of them is because Venables is a smart defensive coach, and he had 9 films to watch. And what did he see? The weak right side of the offensive line. And there was a couple of times they had 0 men lined up on the left side of the line, and everything was they put 6 guys on the right. And then they
right side wasn't the problem Saturday.
And then they would blitz and you think they're coming heavy with 6-man front, and they blitz a corner or a safety. It was pretty damn good defense, and it just got Ty shook. And of course, Jelly Miller, he's not good enough to be called Jam anymore. Jelly needs to be on a roll on the sideline. He is.
Well,
he's getting worse at every fundamental.
He's getting worse. Yes,
Jam?
He's killing us. Jam is killing all the momentum.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, somebody brought up Ty's fumbles. He's had 5 in a row. I can think of 2 of those. No, 3 of them off the top of my head that were because of Jam Miller.
Yeah, with it on a block or blocking the wrong guy.
Including this one against Oklahoma. That was 100% on Jam Miller.
Yeah.
And so
you see the guy coming through the hole and he steps over to help the guard.
I feel like I'm worried that after the Iron Bowl, we're all going to have to take a step back and write an apology letter, or a lot of people are going to have to write an apology letter to Jalen Milroe. Because, Milroe struggled. Dude, Jalen Milroe had these same struggles. He peaked in the middle of the season.
What are we apologizing for?
Because, man, it may be the system.
No, I'm sorry you played bad.
The difference is Jalen tried to win it all.
Apologize for him playing like crap. Slide tackling a guy after an interception. I'm sorry, Jalen. That was our fault.
It's a fancy way of me saying it might be a systematic problem as opposed to the player.
Well,
it may be a little both. I think there's
the worst
healthy mix.
Jimmy Stein did a deep dive on Kalen DeBoer's running attacks for the past 10 years. And this year is the worst running program in a Kalen DeBoer coach team.
I mean, he had to do research on that. We have 300 yards rushing as a team after
we knew
10
that,
games.
Yeah. With that stable of backs, that's what's crazy. With that stable of backs. And nobody.
They're not that good.
Well, they had some early success with Daniel Hill, and then they kept freaking putting back in Jam Miller.
Right.
Roll Tide, Bama Glazer. How you doing?
What's up, Bama Glazer?
It was so frustrating to see.
Figure this out. It's like kills the momentum. Like Hill will be like 6 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, bring in Jam, -2, no gain, 3rd and 12, sack. And it's like, what the frick?
Yeah. Or first and we get a first down, we get like 10-yard gain, and throw Jam Miller, even better. And it's first and 10. We're on the 45. Hey, Jam, you think you can get us 1.5 yards so we have a horrible 2nd and 3rd down? Yeah, go ahead.
That's what kills me. And then the last few drives, 56 is playing left guard. Now, either Dewberry better have been seriously injured. Otherwise, there's no reason. And go watch the last play. Clint Lamb did a great breakdown of the last play. To the naked eye, it looks like terrible throw. The route was short. Of all the play, why make that on 4th and 6? But the play was designed right. But Vandermark got blown into the backfield, and Ty had to throw off balance and hurried. So it's like, again, 56 in the backfield, again and again and again. It's like I'm taking crazy pills. Like, I don't get it.
They got that Taco Casa.
He ain't got no Taco Casa. He's from Michigan State, man. It's like, if you can't block, we ain't got use for you.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. We're not playing the best players.
Is Jaden Roberts
Sam Miller averaged 1 yard a carry. We're trotting him out there for 20 plays. Or, it's like, give me a break with this. Quit
more
the loyalty crap. Play the best players.
Yes.
My gosh.
Feed the beast. Let
Sick and tired of playing guys that aren't good enough.
You got hatred in your heart. Let it out.
It's not hatred. It's just eyeballs. Like you see and you say. 56 gets pushed 5 yards in the backfield every play. So maybe we ought to try something besides him. Jam Miller can't make molasses miss like Tobias said. He could dodge Stevie Wonder. So they're like, we're giving him 10 carries.
Yeah, why can't Big 73 the Viking come on in there?
What the what'd you say? Hold on.
The Viking.
What happened? Wait. It's
Bill's gosh.
My cat walked by. But yeah, bring the Viking in at left guard. Is Jaden Roberts hurt? Is
I don't know.
Yes,
but Formby was the highest rated lineman Saturday.
Yeah, Formby did good.
So
and Brailsford is always doing good.
So why, if Formby is so good at guard, has he been playing tackle the whole season? Like, what am I taking crazy pills here?
To Lance's point, maybe Coach Cap doesn't know what he's doing.
Boom, bingo.
And we thought he did. He's a 26-year career line coach.
Coach Huff didn't sign a long lease in Los Angeles. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We need Coach Huff to come on down. That may take care of itself, though. We're going to talk about that in the rumors section in a little bit. We'll talk more about what Alabama needs to fix tomorrow. I got some videos that are going to pop up on the channel. You guys can check those out, and then we'll start previewing the Iron Bowl. Obviously, Eastern Illinois is the opponent this weekend. You don't want to take anybody lightly, but there's probably going to be a lot of starters who aren't going to play in this game. A lot of people dinged up. So we're not going to spend too much time on it because we need to talk about Alabama basketball, boys and girls.
I'm going to take a timeout. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, man. If you are a football-only Gump, I'm telling you right now, you need to jump on the round ball train with Nate Oats and the boys. Jeff,
yes, you do.
Am I wrong? Thank you.
You are not wrong.
Brother, I was worried after the Purdue game. After the St. John's game, I was like, this team can win a national championship. I watched the Purdue game. I'm like, okay, maybe I was wrong. But there was a difference last night. That difference was Keaton Bristow. Dude,
money.
Alabama has some ballers this year. Ballers. LeBaron Philon scored 15 of Alabama's last points. I don't know.
9 in a row. He got 9 straight at one point.
Finish for him. You got an NBA lotto pick playing. You got who Nate Oats says this is probably his best shooting squad ever, which should scare everybody. But Alabama can actually score points in the paint. with Bristow in there, they can actually rebound. They can win on the boards. Dude, this is a Final Four team
last night.
Dude, absolutely. Absolutely. This is a Final Four team. This is one of the best teams in the country. Right now, we're early in this season. JJ, we don't know. They apparently Illinois went and got everybody from the Kremlin and brought them. That was
the
crazy.
Serbian national team. Yeah. The Serbs sure can light it up.
It was crazy.
Peja Stojakovic in the United Center. And can I just say the NBA on NBC John Tesh tune coming out of commercial? And I see the Bulls court, and I'm like, I'm about to watch me some MJ, brother. Like, I know. I'm about ready to see MJ trotting out in the Bulls warm up.
I know. It was nice watching them. Dude, I was watching with my son, and they've got the NBA 3-point line and then the college 3-point line. And I was like, not one of these kids is going to take a three inside of that black line today. They're all going to be shooting from beyond that big arc. And they did. Bethea hasn't returned. It's crazy, man.
A house that MJ built, man. That's a house that MJ built. And I'm like, man, they got to go play in MSG last week and then go play in Jordan's house this week. Man, Nate doing work.
Dude.
Just come play for Nate. You got to go a tour of the iconic NBA arenas.
And how ballsy of him to this schedule, man.
Oh my
the way he's got this schedule set
Gonzaga Monday, UNLV Tuesday.
Arizona coming up.
Coming up. Yeah. This schedule's nuts.
Yeah. Full Court Crimson will start this week. I haven't even talked to Jeff about it, but we'll record that first official episode this week. So you guys are going to want to keep an eye out for that. And we won't talk about it too long because college basketball makes Lance glaze over until
March. Tobias. This is big. This is a big difference in last year's team and this year's team.
This is a great team.
Fouls down, fouling a little too much, but the turnovers are definitely are much better, and I think it's better ball handlers.
Well, Wimp Sanderson said before the Purdue game, he said, "I think Bama's going to go in there and win it," and his point was a good point, but Purdue's pretty damn good.
They got 3 7-foot-5ers, man.
Yeah, his point was, he said they've only got one outside shooter that's consistent at Purdue. He said Alabama's got 4. He said, so you just run that guy's legs till they're sore, and then he can't make his shots. And Purdue, it was a good game though, and Alabama was never out of it. It was just, you're right, they got a bunch of Goliaths out there, and I know y'all probably hit on this, but Illinois, were we playing the Eastern Bloc in that game? It looked
we already made that joke.
Okay.
I said we're playing the Kremlin.
Yeah, it was definitely.
It's okay, Lance. It's only temporary.
Yeah, I can only talk about Bama basketball.
Come back to the light, Lance. It's okay.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies.
But yeah, this team, we had good guys leave last year, and we had good guys leave before that. We're like, what's Nate going to do? Nate's going to do Nate, and he knows what he's doing. I like it.
And this is every year the basketball turnover is 10, 11 every year. So it's like every November I got to print out a roster and relearn the roster.
Yeah.
Basketball has been dealing with portal type crap for years, and it's and now it's even more magnified. I did want to say one more thing about the Oklahoma game, and I refused to say it the week of the game because I didn't want to let that juju out there. But every year with Nick Saban on to today, you've got a great team having a great season, and there's one game that is absolutely atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Turnovers, picks, pick six, etc., missed kicks. And in 2015, it was at Ole Miss. And that was
14 was at Ole Miss. 15 was in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, but both of those games, 14 and 15, that's how that got Hugh Freeze the Auburn job and the buyout. And there was the Johnny Manziel game. There was every year there's a game like that. The Steven Garcia game. Name it. And I said, gosh, we hadn't had that game yet, and we're playing a hell of a defense. So I kept my mouth shut, and it happened.
Well, I think that's the frustration is you didn't have a quarterback have that kind of ridiculous game. It was Alabama who lost that football game. They held them to just over 200 yards of offense. How many touchdowns did they score? Not on a short field.
They scored one, and it was after a turnover. They scored 17 of their points were on turnovers, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They did not earn a touchdown. Yeah, Alabama's defense is legit.
I try not to do the whole. Oh yeah, I try not to do the whole we beat ourselves thing. But except if there's ever a game where we beat ourselves,
yes,
it was that one, dude. It was that one.
And our field goal kicker is 11 of 17 this year. You're fired. You are freaking fired.
He can go kick rocks, man. He can go kick some.
You can't be 11 of 17 at Alabama. You're fired.
Yeah, and after blowing up at the snapper.
I'm not sure
what's the deal with that guy
he was blowing up
the snapper? I thought that was illegal.
He did something where he drug his foot on the guy's shoulder pad or something, and it was something.
There's like a technicality with it that made it.
He's gonna snap.
Yeah, there was. He still shouldn't have missed a kick. It was 30 yards. I mean, come on, dude, grab your balls and kick it.
The snapper had the laces pointed forward. The snapper had the laces down, pointed forward.
And if he hadn't duck hooked one and 2 or 3 in the parking lots already this year, you'd give him the benefit of the doubt. But the fact that if you go watch the replay, kicked it off his ankle bone, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Now, I will say,
probably his plant foot ankle bone.
To make Alabama fans feel a little bit better, I do think that Alabama has a top 5 overall defense. It's not showing up in the statistics yet, but I think they do. And I think that defense will keep Alabama in any game they play the rest of the season. They'll have a chance to win it because of their defense. Whether they do or not, that's on them. Obviously, the Iron Bowl is going to be wild.
Did y'all hear what Legend calls that place now? He calls it the Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
that's about right. The voodoo is extremely real.
It's the voodoo temple. That's all it is to me.
Yeah, but I'll go ahead and tell you this. If Kalen DeBoer goes into Jordan-Hare, which is now a night game.
And it's going to be chilly.
Cold. Auburn's going to be fighting for bowl eligibility and an opportunity to ruin Alabama season. It'll be Kalen DeBoer's first visit ever to Jordan-Hare.
If he couldn't care less about bowl eligibility. They care about one thing.
I know. Alabama. That's their problem. But if that happens, the pressure will be insane on Kalen DeBoer. We're talking like eyes popping out of his head kind of pressure. And there is a rumor out there that's going around that's actually picked up a little bit of steam. I want to re-emphasize, we were talking about rumors here, that same pressure at Alabama has Kalen DeBoer and his family a little uncomfortable. And now it is being actually reported that Kalen DeBoer is a candidate for the Penn State job. First of all, I want to know how chat feels about all of this. And then Jeff, we'll see what you think. Bill, they love the Birmingham Bowl.
They do. Yeah. They've got a lot of those trophies up there.
Yeah, it's a short drive up 280. They can practice at home.
That's it.
They can practice at home.
Practice at home field.
They can go up there and do the photo ops and be back home in time for dinner at
I don't
what's that
think
chicken tender place?
But Lance, him being a candidate for the Penn State game is not a rumor. That's news. That's being reported. Like Penn State is likely wants him to interview.
Greg McElroy said, quote, "I have a lot of contacts up there and I'm not hearing anything about that."
What, in Penn State? First of all, I don't give a crap what Greg McElroy said.
He said all of his contacts that are deep within the Penn State network, they've all got 3 or 4 different guys so there's no consensus, but he said there's nothing about a DeBoer coming out of it. So my idea on DeBoer to Penn State is, if you're worried about the pressure in Tuscaloosa, then why did you accept the job after the GOAT retired? You knew who the coach was that retired.
Going to Penn State.
He's not.
Yeah,
he's not. I think that's Jimmy Sexton stirring the waters to get everybody a paycheck.
No, I think
a happy Christmas.
I think Penn State dropped the short list and his name's probably on it, but that doesn't mean
it'll be on every opening short list.
Yeah, I mean, freaking who was?
Remember when Nick Saban flew to Austin and was house shopping?
Yeah, yeah. It's a rumor, man, and
it's all rumors.
Rumors about his family. You know, his family being unhappy in Tuscaloosa. They don't like the pressure that's on him. I mean, if that's the problem, then you're not the man for the job. You need to get gone.
I don't buy that at all. They knew exactly the pressure.
Late prophet,
when they accepted the job, he knew
the late prophet Al Davis. Yeah, Al Davis, the late great prophet, said, "Just win, baby."
Yeah,
just win.
I don't think he can leave Alabama for a job like Penn State because mean, what is that?
No.
He's not Bill Curry. He's not going to leave because the pressure cooker is too much. He's going to stay until he gets fired.
And he did say earlier in the season when they fired Franklin, he said, "This is a DeBoer quote: you don't leave Alabama for anywhere else." Those are his words, and that's the truth.
Sure. I agree. Larry, I agree with you. 100%.
Larry's right.
Now,
the only way he's leaving, sorry, Cotton, I think is for the NFL, would be the only choice he would choose to leave would be for an NFL job.
Now, I will say that you guys can expect some Alabama assistant coaches and potential coordinators to be gone in 2026. One of those, the one I'm most worried about is JaMarcus Russell. His name has been mentioned. Shephard. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Quarterback.
No, sorry, I was watching NFL videos with my son earlier. That's why I said Russell. JaMarcus Shephard, Coach Shep, is going to interview for the Oregon State opening. Dude, it's hard to think that they're not going to fall in love with that guy. So that is one I would kind of.
Yeah, and he's got West Coast experience. He knows how to handle that. And
these
Oregon
coaches
State
need to stick one more year with the Keelan year. They just I wish they would be like, look, we're all going to band one more year so we can all experience this year with Keelan Russell.
What's his Oregon State? Mike Riley was their coach forever, and they were always competitive and always really a fighter until like the last 4 years. It was kind of like the whole Gundy thing. It was great for a while, and then it just wears out. You just get you got to move on. Shepherd going to Oregon State is not a bad guy.
That's a good hire for them, but a bad job.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the right decision for him to make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
UCLA might be better than Oregon State.
Well, JJ's right. Like, he's probably going to end up getting fired after a couple of years. And there's also the point of why don't you want to stick around? And you've got this recruiting class that's about to come in for Alabama is insanely talented.
And Shephard helped build that recruiting class.
Yeah, you've got Keelan Russell.
CD Morgan, the robot.
Xavier Morgan, Xavier Crowell coming in. This off.
Speaking of Morgan,
Griffin, shout out.
Speaking of Morgan, do good things happen when Red Morgan is on the field?
Absolutely.
And Yanze Pierre.
That's why Red only plays half the snaps because he plays too well when he's in there. So we're not interested in that. We need to play the grizzled veterans.
But I will say
that are slow.
Back to the topic at hand. There's talk of Womack interviewing for the Arkansas job. That's going to happen.
I believe that.
Like the coaching carousel at Alabama has been a revolving door for a long time. I will say, if he does lose Shep or he loses a coordinator, it'll be very interesting to see how Kalen DeBoer handles that. Nick Saban cited that as a reason why part of the reason he felt like it was time to kind of hang it up. There was some frustration with, having your coaches poached all the time. So it'd be kind of interesting to see how Kalen DeBoer handles that.
Especially the timing of it. We'd be getting ready for playoff games and all the coaches are leaving.
Yeah.
Well,
every year. Except last year.
Ole Miss about to make the playoff, right? Aren't they about to lose their head coach?
What about
no.
Who was the guy, Jeff, you'll remember the guy's name. He was Curtis Riggs. He was quarterback with Kalen up in Sioux Falls. and he's been a coach and a coordinator forever. They're old friends. That guy might end up being on staff at some point.
I think he's still on a show cause, Larry. I think he's got some years.
I think his show cause is this last year.
Is this? Yeah, this is okay. Is this his last year? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should doing something right now.
He should call Coach O to come coach defensive line. He should make that call too.
Coach O can coach O line. I don't care where Coach O. He's gonna make those SOBs work.
I mean, dude, Jeremy, I'll find a spot for him.
Tuscaloosa. People would
and Coach Huff, Orgeron, and Pruitt all added to the staff in the offseason.
Yeah, that'd be wild. That'd
be some pipe hitters right there.
DeBoer can DeBoer somewhere. He can bounce his ass somewhere else, Lance.
Till 2029, but it's basically been waived at this point. Okay, so it's still 4 more years.
Yeah, Kyle maybe, but
Bill O'Brien's available.
He's got Boston College on the verge of their 2nd win of the season.
Probably not yet.
Go watch the Detroit Lions play, and that'll tell you what you need to know about Bill O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Colin Klein probably get something like the Colorado State job or
Oregon State.
Yeah, who knows? He might be considered for Stanford, Oregon State, Stanford, Kent State's open. Those Kent State usually goes Midwest assistant coach.
What if Summerall ends up at Florida? That'd be a great fit for Colin Klein, don't you think?
Why does everybody think Summerall's a lock for Auburn? I hadn't figured that out yet.
Because his wife went to school there. He's from Huntsville.
I know he coached at Troy. I know he coached at Troy for a few years.
Auburn fans think if they want a guy, they're going to get him.
Yeah, that's also it. They think they can manifest it.
Auburn doesn't understand that they're not a top 5 job. Well, they're not a top 3 job that's open right now.
Here's the thing.
They're the best job that's open right now.
A good friend of mine is a lifelong Aub. He was there he was a student during Barfield and Pat Dye. And he said, Auburn has now become Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt has become what we used to be. And he said, Auburn is replacing
victim.
Yeah. So they're all just heartbroken over Auburn, Boogerville. But they got their hopes up for next Saturday.
We'll see, man. Maybe
can't blame them.
Summerall
don't normally play well at night there.
Summerall will be tough.
Drags their ass, but
we haven't had a true night game there in about 12 years. We've had games
they end at night.
End at night.
That's all that matters.
Now we're going to be ending at deep at night.
Yeah, got it. So
midnight.
All right. Before we go, are there any games that have you guys kind of intrigued this weekend?
Who's Notre Dame playing? I know they're at home. Hope they lose.
I'll be honest, I don't know.
This is the worst week of football season. It's the Patsy week before the rivalry week. And
SEC Cupcake week. I think Mizzou and Oklahoma will be interesting. Bo Pribula is likely going to play in that game.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see. He went from looking like his career was over to just having a bad sprain. Now he's playing. So we'll see what they're able to do. But you've got Notre Dame's playing Syracuse, man. Syracuse ain't got the team to do that.
No, and Oregon is playing Southern Cal. And
gotcha.
Do we play all our starters Saturday?
No.
I know Brailsford's probably.
Yeah, Brailsford's going to be out. I've heard Jeremy Bernard's walking around on a boot. I wouldn't be surprised if he sits for a little while.
They should all sit.
Lots. He was kind of looking a little banged up there at the end of the OU game, so maybe they sit him for a little bit. You're going to see Keelan Russell this game. You're going to see AK Deer again this game. Yeah, you're going to see some. It's going to. That's what this game's good for. I hate these kind of games because they're right before a big rivalry game, especially now that it's a play-in. Injuries seem
nothing to gain here.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, too much to lose.
The only thing be AK Deer. I mean, poor Cotton did 28 AK Deer videos last week. He didn't play a snap, and I was like, "Come on, y'all, put the guy in the freaking game."
Well, I mean, he's the one posting on social media.
Yeah, it's like it's out there. The material's out there, and then he doesn't play a snap. And it's like, golly, y'all quit with this.
He'll play this weekend for sure. If he's not dinged up or something, he should play this weekend.
He rips off a 70-yarder against Lamo, and they're like, we're going to park this guy for 11 weeks.
I think we'll see the starters in the first quarter.
I want them all to sit. I
don't want to see any of them, but I think you're right, Bill.
54-10.
I think you're going to see a good bit of the ones, at least early, just if anything, just to try to get some kind of offensive rhythm back, which we hadn't had in like a month. So I could see them doing that, maybe to run a few series with the ones or as many ones that are going to play. Just let's get some rhythm back in this group before we start seeing the. They're
going to see if Jelly Toe Jam Miller can run the ball, and then they'll say, see, he got 84 yards by himself. He's going to start at Auburn. Good.
Yeah. Lord. So for me, just looking at the slate of games this weekend, Miami Vatech is an interesting one. Obviously, Mizzou, Oklahoma. You've got USC, Oregon, of course. That's a big one. I think Oregon could definitely lose that football game. And then Arkansas and Texas is interesting. Yeah, it does, but does it open the door for them to put USC in front of Alabama? You just don't know what they're going to do at this point.
USC is too far back. Well,
but they can run the ball well.
I thought they were 20th. They actually can run the ball well.
They have run for 100 yards, so they're automatically.
Yeah, it's a qualifying factor.
It's a very serious qualifier.
Yeah.
So anyway, hey, chat, I just want to thank you all for being super active tonight. We're going to go ahead and call it an evening and get back to our families. You guys are fantastic. If you have not subscribed, please go do that. It helps us out. It helps keep the channel free. And you just become part of the Way Offsides family. Please consider becoming a member. If you're not already, you can find that link in the chat. I'll put it there. If you're watching this video after the fact, same thing. Leave a big Roll Tide in the comment section below and let me know where you're watching from. Be sure share us all over social media. Tell folks about us. I hope you guys have a relaxing college football weekend. We'll come back and see what happens. If there's any movement in front of Alabama. I don't think there will be, but we'll see.
You just got to get out of Saturday healthy. Like no helmets on knees, no ankles rolled up, no smacking your thumb off a helmet and fracturing your thumb or whatever. I don't need any of that. Like if we got to run wishbone with the 4-string running backs, so be it.
Run the damn ball.
Let's run the ball.
Apparently, if we can get 300 yards rushing, we move up in the poll.
We'll move up in the polls. So
run the triple option. So
the outcome of the game is pointless.
Absolutely. Enjoy your weekend. Next week we will not have a live show because of Thanksgiving. So enjoy your holiday as well. It's time to gear up for that holly jolly Christmas time.
Will we?
I'll be out of town, so I will not.
I'll be available.
Okay. Well, they might
get story hour with Bill.
Back in 1923, after the war.
Story time with Jeff and Bill.
All right, guys. As always, say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, horns down, beat Auburn, and LSU,
and Tennessee too.
Roll Tide.